Hey, what's up, my friends? It's Rabbi Sandra, and welcome to another episode of Soulful Shalom, a podcast exploring Judaism and Jewish values and Jewish wisdom in just a few minutes. Each episode, I'll share a bit of wisdom that comes from the Jewish tradition, and we'll touch on history, ethics, and other pieces of wisdom, and I can assure you it will be relatable to what's happening today. I'm in my home office recording this, so every once in a while you might hear Bridget or Simon, one of my fur babies, my dogs, barking. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this. And so in today's episode, which I am loosely calling Fear to Awe, navigating modern politics through Jewish wisdom. Navigating modern politics through Jewish wisdom. I've devoted like 2 Substack essays on this concept of yirah, of fear versus awe. So to start, I'll say that in today's strange, weird, often mean and nasty political landscape, we are faced with a choice to operate out of fear or to embrace awe. Jewish tradition has much to say about this choice, offering us some timeless wisdom that can help us navigate these challenging times. And so today we're going to explore how the concept of yirah, which can mean both fear and awe, can guide our actions and attitudes in the face of uncertainty. So in Hebrew, the word yirah has a dual meaning. It can mean fear, but it also can mean awe and reverence. And this duality is significant in Jewish thought. And one example of this is exemplified in the story of Moses and the burning bush, which can be found in Exodus 3. So in this story, Moses encounters the burning bush, and the text describes his reaction like this. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid, for he was yirah, to look at God, for he was afraid to look at God, which can be found in Exodus 3, verse 6. While the word used is often translated as afraid, so yirah is often translated as afraid, the word yirah can also indicate a profound sense of reverence and awe. One could argue that Moses' reaction was not merely one of fear, but of deep respect and humility in the presence of divine. He recognized the sacredness of the moment, which led him to act with caution and reverence, not fear. And when Moses acted with caution and reverence, this is the essence of yirah. This story invites us to reflect on how we respond to the challenges in our lives. Do we allow fear to dictate our actions, leading us to build walls and shut out others? Or do we, like Moses, step forward in awe, embracing the humility and reverence that comes, or embracing the humility and reverence that can inspire us to act with integrity and compassion? Looking at today's political climate, it's easy to see how fear can drive division, mistrust, and even hatred. We see leaders who capitalize on this fear, using it to fuel exclusionary policies and rhetoric. But what if we chose awe instead? Also, awe reminds us to look at the bigger picture, which is the interconnectedness of all people and the sacredness of life. Leaders who embody awe approach their work with humility and a sense of service. They seek to unite rather than divide, to build bridges rather than walls. Consider the difference between policies rooted in fear, like those that seek to limit the rights of certain groups, such as women, Black and brown folks, immigrant, and members of the LGBTQIA community, to name a few, versus those rooted in awe, which recognizes the dignity of every person and seeks to create a just and compassionate society. This is the challenge before us, to choose awe over fear in our personal lives, our communities, and in the way we engage with the world. Choosing awe over fear is a practical guide for living. Jewish wisdom teaches us that when we approach life with awe, with reverence, humility, and a deep sense of responsibility, we can make choices that lead to justice, compassion, and true leadership. So as we go about our day, I invite us to reflect on how we can choose or how we can shift our thinking from fear to awe in our own actions and interactions, and how we can embody the wisdom of yirah in a way that brings healing and hope to the world. All right, my friends, have a great day. Until next time, peace out.